Hello. In this video, I'm going to explain something similar to what you see for your homework. We have the function f is represented by a table. So instead of a graph, we have a table here, or an equation, we have a table, and we want to create again a transformation of f, which is defined as g of x, by doing these four operations. So let's talk about the outside operation. Well, the outside operation of multiplying by 5 is going to result in a vertical shift. In a vertical dilation. So this is going to make the points 5 times as farther away from each other than they normally are. And then the minus 6 is simply going to shift the entire graph vertically 6 units downwards. Now, because those are affecting vertical, again, these are vertical transformations, those are affecting the y coordinates here. On the inside, notice that we're multiplying, or kind of the multiplying because there's distribution here, our x value by negative 1/4. So because it's a negative, well, it's going to result in a reflection horizontally. So all of these points are going to be on the opposite side of our y-axis. And the minus 9 is going to move the entire graph 9 units in a positive direction to the right. So we're going to add 9 to those values right there. Now, the 1/4. Well, what's the 1/4 going to do? Well, the 1/4 is going to make everything move further away from the y-axis. It's going to result in a horizontal stretch. So mathematically, this means, arithmetically, this means that our x values are not going to be divided by multiplied by 1/4, because that would make them closer. It does the opposite. It makes them move farther away. So we're going to divide by that value. Now, because we have an addition problem, we're going to add 9 in order to move this in the positive direction, and we're going to divide by this. Well, following the order of operations, multiplication, or in this case, division, takes priority over addition. So let's do those two things. And because we're also reflecting, we can do the reflection and the scalar at the exact same time by simply dividing by negative 1/4. So let's do that. So here our x values will be divided by this scalar of 1/4. And to do the reflection, I'm going to put the negative sign there so I could do it all at one time. And the shift of minus 9 is going to move everything to the positive direction. So we're going to add 9 to the values. So to get these 5 numbers here, we're going to do these two operations to our current x values, to f. So starting off with negative 9. So negative 9 divided by negative, well, that's going to be positive. And 9 divided by 1/4, that's going to equal to 36. So 36 plus 9, that's a total of 45. Moving on to the next number, negative 3 divided by negative 1/4, that's a positive 12, plus 9, that's 21. Negative 2 divided by negative 1/4, that's positive 8, plus 9 more is 17. Negative 1 divided by negative 1/4, that's positive 4, plus 9 more is 13. And then finally 2. Positive 2 divided by negative 1/4 is negative 8. And negative 8 plus 9 is 1. Now, let's talk about the y values, the output values to g. Well, since the current output values of f are these values right here, we're going to transform those by, like I mentioned earlier, doing a vertical dilation, making it again 5 times as further from the x-axis. So we're moving away from the x-axis. So this point, instead of going down 9, it's going to move 5 times as far. So it's going to go all the way down to negative 45. And because of this minus 6, it's going to move it, after doing that dilation, it's going to move it 6 units even farther. So we're going to move this point, which is all the way down here at negative 45, is going to move it 6 units down further, moving it all the way down to negative 51. And we're going to do the exact same thing with all the other points. So arithmetically, what that means is that all of our y values are multiplied by 5 and subtracted by 6. So like I mentioned, the first one, we already know that's going to be negative 51, because this is negative 9. Let me do a different color. Let's do blue, I'm sorry. Negative 9 times 5 is negative 45, and then minus 6, that's negative 51. And now negative 2 times 5 is negative 10, minus 6, that is negative 10, I said? Yes, negative 10 minus 6 is negative 16. And then positive 2, well, there's going to be positive 10 minus 6, that's positive 4. Negative 6, that's going to be negative 36 minus 6, that's negative 42. And then 7 times 5 is 35, minus 6 is 29. So there you have your table for the function of g. I hope this video was helpful.